Happy Saturday, everyone, and welcome to Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle. I know you guys probably missed me last week, but I am back today. And today's show is sponsored by Pure Essence Resale Boutique. And you can find them at pureessenceresale.com. Instagram, pure_essence_resale. Facebook, pure.essence.resale, and Twitter at pure_resale. And happy Saturday. So we have fashion, a popular trend. Thank you for the applause. I'm back. I think I missed myself last week. Fashion, a popular trend and style of dress. Flair, a special or instinctive aptitude or ability for doing something well. Lifestyle is in which a person or group lives. Lifestyle is expressed in both work and leisure behavior patterns, activities, your attitudes, your interests, values, just you in general. It also reflects people's self-image or self-concept, the way they see themselves and believe that they are seen by others. And again, happy Saturday and welcome to Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Osnita Norman.
What's happening, Osnita?
Hey, Glenn. Happy Saturday. How are you?
I'm good.
Did you miss me last week?
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm gonna recap back to maybe like 2 weeks ago. The Vent Radio station hosts Saturday Night Live. Is that the name of it?
Saturday Night Live.
At Lucky's.
Soulful Saturdays.
Oh, Soulful Saturdays. I'm thinking of Saturday Night Live, but Soulful Saturdays. So I had the chance to hang out with Glenn and Big 50, Bracia, and R2G.
And we had a great time, didn't we?
Yeah, we really had a wonderful, wonderful nice time. And I had never been to Lucky's before.
Yeah.
So that whole experience was like wow, because that place is huge.
And it's nice. It's very nice.
Very, very nice. And you have a diverse group. That's what I liked about it. And other races joined the party and they had a good time. And it was really nice. So Big 50 dropped her Do It Like Big 50 hit.
Yeah.
Which was, I wish you had Big 50, if you listening, I wish you had came to the stage, because I think once you had to hit that stage, that would have gave you a whole different level of energy.
She was, I didn't really press her because it was her first time.
Really?
Yeah, and I guess she kind of needed a security blanket.
Oh, I get it. I totally understand. But I think, I remember the first time I did a fashion show, I was so worried about my models looking good and all of that stuff, but I was more so nervous of myself walking out, thinking that I would, I don't know what I thought. I was just nervous because I didn't know how people would receive my collection. And when I walked out on that stage that one time, that was like a sugar rush. It just did everything. I would have probably walked out with everybody else who wanted to walk out behind their line that I had nothing to do with, just so I can walk that runway again. Right. So just being in front of the people and the energy behind, that people give you, it just make you feel, it's like an awesome feeling. Yeah. And then, so that was Big 50, and then we had Bracia, who really, really sounded very, very nice, and I love her new single, it's Daydream. Yeah, Daydream. Yes, so I enjoyed that.
Maybe we'll play some of the stuff today.
Yeah, I really enjoyed her. And then Glenn's son, which is Loose Cannon, and his group is he in the group called R2G. They have so much energy. I just watched them all night and just laughed, because it seemed like they all get together, like, back in the day, how you get together with your friends and y'all start singing and you're dancing and you coming up with moves and everything. That's just how their energy and their vibe was together. Yeah. So I really enjoyed them. It was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was a great night.
It was.
I had a good time.
It really was. So, what else I did?
What else I did?
What else did I do? Yeah, because I haven't been here like 2 weeks.
You must have visited. Maybe you visited Mississippi.
No. But I did go to Black Excellence, though.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
How was that?
I went to, shout out to Q, Shane, Lloyd, and Rab. I went to the Black Excellence event on February 15th, and they were here February 8th. So I went, their event was the week after. And it really was nice. The ambiance was nice.
Good.
The crowd was really nice. Everyone came dressed to impress. They really did. Like, you had a diverse group of age groups there.
Okay.
But what I loved is that, like, when you walked in, they had... I don't know what it's called, but like marquees with Black excellence on it, like trimming the entrance of the door. So when the guests walked in, it was like they really, like they were really entering like a Black excellence event.
Cool.
They had it staged up by the DJ. They had Black excellence columns, the words coming down on the columns. It was just really, really nice. I got a chance to network and meet a lot of different vendors. I met an author who was debuting her book. And then I also met these, I did a live, they were doing a live podcast.
Oh, okay.
And I ended up talking on their podcast.
Okay.
So I was able to plug myself on somebody's network that I didn't know.
Oh, good. That's always a good thing.
So it was really nice. Like I said, the ambiance was nice, the vibe and everything, so it was good. So I got to network and I got a little bit of partying in too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was fun.
I must tell you that, get this in, that we also now are broadcasting on our Twitch channel. So you can catch Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyles right now over on Twitch. And that address is twitch.tv/ventradio. Okay? This is Twitch right here.
Which
this is
one?
our feed going to Twitch right here.
Oh, really? Okay, that's the one I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Hi, Twitch viewers.
Yeah. So we're over on Twitch now. So you
cool.
can also get us on YouTube on our YouTube channel Vent Radio, and you can get us through Facebook on Glenn Cannon.
All right then. We got a couple of outlets. That's awesome. I always tell people the purpose of, being a sponsor or, interviewee on the network is that it's open 24 hours.
Absolutely. So
whether you have an event and it was next week and that week past, they're still getting to know who you are, what you have to offer, and what you bring. So again, for anyone who's interested in sponsorship, promoting your event, your party, your business, community event, church event, whatever it is that you have going on that you feel is important to the masses, reach out to me. You can always find me on Instagram under fashion_flair_lifestyle. So that's what I mainly use for the show is Instagram. And then my other information, is Pure Essence Resale Boutique. So today's topic is so much negativity.
So much negativity. In what way?
A lot of times when you look in the headlines in the news, or when you look on social media, because social media is just a part of your everyday. I don't care how you look at it, you can't get away from it. But you see a lot of people who are being slain, killed.
Yes.
A lot of the younger girls are being kidnapped, and young boys being kidnapped, and people killing people, and it's just so much negativity that we see and hear about day to day. Sometimes it doesn't affect me or you directly,
right?
But it's people around us, that's losing people to senseless crimes.
Yes.
Like you can appreciate if you have a mother, father, or someone in your family if they're sick, or something like that. That they kind of take their course and that nature's take its course and they just go away peacefully. But for someone to come and you will feel like robbed, or to rob you of your loved one for something senseless is hurtful.
It is.
I was and like I don't know, it was a DJ that was killed a couple weeks ago. His name was DJ Slick B. I didn't know him, per se, but just to see the outpour of love that he received from the people that did know him,
right,
it kind of spoke to his character. And I was looking on Instagram, they had his repast, his family and friends and stuff was there. And I think his son, I would assume, I'm gonna say the little boy probably is like 7. He might be 8, but I'm gonna say 7.
Okay.
And he was DJing.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, he knew how to, you know how you take it from one song to the next song, and then you use that little
fader.
Yeah, the fader thing. He had the headphones on, and he, did his little work. Good. And I was like, that spoke volume of his father.
Yes.
Because evidently, regardless of how busy his schedule was, what he had going on in his DJ life world, he still took time to spend time with his son, because other than that, he would not know how to do those things, because I know I can't do it. You put me on the DJ booth, I'm gonna look crazy. Yeah. But for him to be able to stand up there and push the buttons and move it, he was rocking. I was like, oh my God, like, okay, I said I see. Yeah. So a lot of times, sometimes you'll hear people, they're always gonna have negative things to say about you, based on how you were slain, things that happen, but it's always a positive. He was a father. He was somebody's son.
Yeah.
So again, rest in peace to him, and prayers going out to his family and friends, close friends and people in the DJ world for him. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And then so with so much negativity, I asked, how do you maintain a positive mind and soul? So if you want to call in, chime in on our topic, it's 248-429-7224. That's the phone number to call in.
Also, you can Skype in. Our Skype name is vent.radio. So if you want to be on the show via video, you can
Skype in? Tell me again.
The Skype name is
I gotta write this down. Okay.
.radio.
Vent. You told me that too, Glenn. I forgot.
I did.
I know. Vent.radio/Skype.
Nope. Just if you go on Skype, you just search vent.radio.
Oh, okay. Understood.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay. I'm gonna have to plug that into my everything I gotta say before I say what I say.
Yeah, your pluggy plug.
Yeah, my pluggy plugs.
Okay.
My pluggy plugs. So anyway, I was like, daily I read the headlines, and there's so much going on in the world, but at times it always seems like the black community is under attack. Regardless of your lifestyle, whether you're upper class, rich, whether you're middle class, whether you're lower class, we stay in the headlines, and it's not always positive.
Right.
So I keep, hearing about, I can't help but to talk about Dwayne Wade and his son. Like, that is a very, very much trending topic.
Yes, it is.
And it's a touchy topic.
It is very touchy. We touched on it last night on another show. And, my problem with the people, the public, is that they keep trying to equate what's going on with that situation with sex. And it has nothing to do with sex.
Doesn't. I think, to me, it probably has more about your feelings, like your emotions. Mm-hmm. Because you are who you are based on, well, I'm going to say sometimes how you react to life, and just in general is based on how you feel. Like, if I'm going to come in here and act a certain way based on how I feel. So I don't want to take away the fact that, let's see, this is what I have. I said, okay, so his son was born as Zion. Okay?
Right.
So now he wants to identify himself as a girl named Zaya.
Zaya.
Zaya. So when you hear Dwayne Wade talk about him, he refers to him as a girl. Okay?
Okay.
And as a parent, and this is to all my listeners and my viewers, as a parent, how do you feel about that? Like how would you address that situation if it was your child? Because we can always judge based on the situation that we're not directly in. So I'm not going to say he's right or wrong. He's a parent. He do what he feel is best. But how would I, address something like that?
And the funny thing, I asked a guy last night, I said, well, if it was your son, how would you handle it? Mm-hmm. Then the whole narrative changed.
Yeah.
It's easy to look at someone else's situation and have a bunch of opinions about what you think about it but it would be different if it was your child.
Right. And like Dwyane Wade said in I don't know how many interviews, but I heard in one of the interviews, he said he knew that his son was different at age 3. Based on his characteristics, probably the things that he chose to play with, and certain things that, his personality. I think as a parent, your child. You have 2-3 children, they're all going to be different. So it's not safe to say that he have to be like his brother, because we're all different. Male or female, you can put 3 females together, 3 males together, and we're all different. The way we look, the way we act, in a lot of different ways. I just think that as a parent, and by him being 12, and I go back to my son wanting an earring, I know that's kind of like 2 different things, like magnitude of 2 different magnitudes of situation. However, I would, if it's something I got to sign for, of course, it's a no-go in my book. However, if that is who he feels that he is at this time, that's just what it is.
This is what you picture when you hear them.
I can't, Like, I can't disregard his feelings. But then a part of me as a parent, I don't want to put too much thought into it either. So I would suggest, like for me, you do, if that's how you feel, you think you a girl or you think you whatever, that's totally fine. But when it comes to making life-changing decisions, as far as, changing your body parts and change your name and all of that stuff, once you become of age.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That narrative has not even been put on the table.
Which one? What I just said?
About changing of body parts.
Right, and I didn't think that.
That's people adding
assuming.
that. Yeah,
I didn't
assuming
think so.
and adding that in. That is not the issue, and they wouldn't even
allow him.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. People just go on and on and on and on. And it's easy to go on and on and on and on because it ain't your damn child.
Right. And as a parent, as any parent, you're going to protect your child 9 out of 10, right or wrong, unless they are just absolutely dead wrong and, committed a crime or did something illegal. Yeah, you're going to ride for your child.
Well, the alternative that a lot of people don't understand is that, do you want to come home and find your kid hanging from the ceiling fan dead?
Correct.
Because you refuse to acknowledge whatever their feelings are.
I think as parents, too, it's all about communication. And a lot of times, how we were raised, if we didn't have that open communication in the household to a certain extent. Now, parents, like for me and my son have an open line of communication. I still demand a certain level of respect, but I also value his feelings and his opinions as well. Not to say it's right or wrong, but if it's something I don't agree with, I'm going to tell him, and then I'm going to give him a reason why. If he feels a certain way and that's just what it is for him, either I can roll with it or I'll tell him this is how we're going to handle that. And I just think, as a parent, children go through different phases, because they were the media or people on social media was mad at Lil Boosie for speaking his opinion.
But my thing and everybody has an opinion, and everybody's entitled to it. But if you getting your information from Lil Boosie and you're taking it to be credible, then I think maybe you need to be taking a look at yourself.
Right. I mean, I wish I could call Dwayne Wade and be like, how are you handling this? Because he's getting a very, very, a lot of negative comments, and then, just based on what he's allowing his son to do, and that's be himself. He's
not allowing him to do anything.
True, because he's
just supporting him in what he's doing.
Right.
But the man has said to you, I knew something was different with my son by the time he was 3 years old.
So he had already accepted something of this magnitude probably would happen at some point in his life.
What is the alternative? What is he to do? Put his son in a mental institution? Throw him out of the house?
It's not much that he can do, but just have an open line of communication with them. And I think for as a parent, you have to tell children, when you make certain decisions, there are going to always be consequences behind those decisions. People are going to, prepare him for what's to come. As far as how people are going to treat you, how people are going to view you, how people are going to make negative, nasty comments. You got to be ready for that. If this is you, that's fine, but everybody not going to love you and everybody not going to like you. But the goal is to make people respect you. Right. And so my thing would be, as a parent, to educate my child, on just society in general, and hopefully that they can, understand that, be comfortable in the skin that they're in, so that they can handle the flip side of what comes behind. That's almost like being black. We can't help that we're black. Right. Nothing we could do about it, right? Right. But we already know, like, you have a daughter that's 10, my son 13. We already know what might be some things that they are going to be faced with. Mm-hmm. So you kind of tend to prepare them through conversation, through things that happen on the news, or sharing information with them to keep them abreast at, sometimes people just don't like you based on your color. You don't have to do nothing. Yeah. You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, but what about people who are so wanting to be a certain something that just because people don't like you because you're black, you actually try to change the way you appear? I don't hear any. I mean, look at Sammy Sosa. Okay. What he did, lighten his skin? Yeah, to the point that it's ridiculous. You can pull him up on your pad while Let me see. Let's hear from Dwyane Wade while you're looking for Sammy Sosa. Okay. And this will just go to show you, there are people who will go to extreme measures to try to live what they believe to be their truth.
Powerful message from basketball legend Dwayne Wade, opening up about the moment his 12-year-old came out to him and wife Gabrielle Union as transgender. TJ Holmes is here with this story. Good morning, TJ.
Good morning. And Dwayne Wade's oldest son is a big-time high school basketball player. We've seen video of him over the years on the sideline rooting for his kid. Well, what you don't know and some don't realize is that he has also very publicly been rooting for and cheerleading for another of his kids. His second oldest, who we've known as Zion over the years, is now Zaya, and D. Wade is being given credit for giving a master class in how to support your LGBTQ plus child. Former NBA superstar Dwayne Wade now sharing the moment his 12-year-old came out to him as transgender.
I don't know if everyone knows, originally named Zion born as a boy, came home and said, hey, so I want to talk to you guys. I think going forward, I'm ready to live my truth. And I want to be referenced as she and her. I would love for you guys to call me Zaya.
Zaya has received strong support from Wade and his wife, Gabrielle Union, including firing back at what they called social media hate from people who attacked Zaya's appearance in this family photo. Wade admitted to Ellen DeGeneres they didn't have all the answers when Zaya first approached them.
Now it's our job to, one, go out and get information, to reach out to every relationship that we have. My wife reached out to everybody on the cast of Pose. And we're just trying to figure out as much information we can to make sure that we give our child the best opportunity to be, her best self.
Reaction to Wade's Ellen Show appearance? Zaya's name trending on Twitter. Union thanked friends, family, and followers for information, resources, love, and encouragement. Sharing this video of a conversation between Zaya and Wade, writing, "Meet Zaya. She's compassionate, loving, whip smart, and we are so proud of her. It's okay to listen to, love, and respect your children exactly as they are."
Because they're afraid
and that's
they will be judged. I would say, don't even think about that. Just be true to yourself, because are you really even, what's the point of being on this earth if you're going to try to be someone you're not?
All right, D. Wade said this will be Zaya.
Right, and in the end, that's what you have to do. Love, respect, and accept them for who they are.
Oh, yeah, and I agree with that. Right. But I think where it gets a little controversial publicly is that, could I actually treat my male child as if they were female? I don't think that I could do it. I just don't, I don't, people can say what they will and won't do all the time.
Right.
It's a very, very touchy situation.
It's a very, very touchy situation and subject because, like you said, that's like having a child, just say, for instance, with a disability, or your child go from being, everyday normal to something happening and it's tragic, they have injuries and, different things. Some people could be ashamed, so it is like, how do I deal with it as a parent? Because you've never experienced that before.
Yeah, and the reality is that this kid could honestly feel in his mind that he is female.
And I believe it.
But you can feel any way you want to feel.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if your kid came home and told you that they wanted to be a orangutan, do you then start to recognize them as an orangutan?
Glenn, I mean, in this sense, yes, son, you are an orangutan. Like in reality, no. But if comparing how Dwayne Wade is accepting his son for who he is and what he wants to be,
I commend Dwayne Wade for accepting him.
Then he will say, okay, you're an orangutan, now I'm going to start feeding you bananas or whatever they eat.
But here's the thing, and this is even with grown-up transgender people. A lot of people who have went all the way and even had sex changes.
They changed
their minds and wish that they hadn't done it.
Yeah.
So I think that the little kid is very young, and they need to just slow down and see what happens as time goes on.
Correct.
Because, one thing about parenting today, in my opinion, just my own humble opinion, I think that parents are allowing their children to be too opinionated.
Correct. To where some parents move themselves out of the
equation.
Parenting. Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. I totally agree. But again, to all the parents out there, because I'm a parent, and I just believe in having open communication with your children. Pay attention to, a lot of different actions, things they tell you, things they ask you, and never be afraid to be wrong. Ask them questions. Like when my son come to me with certain things, I ask him, well, how did you handle it? How did you feel? Or what did you think? So that I can allow him to think on his own. And it's for me as the parent to either inform him of something that he didn't know, say if he give me some incorrect information. As a parent, it's for me to figure out, to make sure that I keep him abreast and inform him.
I just can't, I just can't get over these adults. They keep trying to act like homosexuality is not real and that it's not here to stay.
I agree.
Why do people keep? I mean, they've interjected sex into this conversation about this little child.
Yeah, he's 12.
This little child is 12 years old.
He's probably not even thinking about no sex.
Exactly. He's just simply saying, I don't feel
like I'm a boy.
Like I'm a boy.
Yeah.
Now, how did we get to? Oh, he wanna have relations with little boys.
But like you said, a lot of times people just take one word, homosexuality, gay, and they just put it on they just run to a whole lot of what ifs and what could be. And like you said, it's always existed. Now it's just more open. And in the end, you just have to be respectful to everyone, whether you like it or not. And for some people who make certain decisions, it's always consequences, and you have to be comfortable with the decisions that you make.
Absolutely. But my thing is that it's a touchy situation. You don't know what the hell you would do if you were in that situation.
Exactly.
But you have all these opinions condemning this man about what's going on in his household.
And that's because, guess what? if you don't want nobody in your business, what you do, you keep it to yourself.
Well, see, I miss my auntie so much, because you know what? She is the one who taught us as a family that people are just people. Mm-hmm. And it had nothing to do with sex, whether or not you were disabled,
whatever. You just accept it.
It's just, she taught us at an early age that people are just people.
And people different.
And people are different.
I mean, that's looking at me and you. We might be close to the same skin tone. You a man, I'm a woman. We instantly, that's one thing that we differ.
Exactly.
And then next, guess what?
And then, all of these people who got gay people in their families who try to pretend that they don't. As if like this is some strange, unheard of thing.
Right.
That if you don't have a gay person in your family, you know somebody that do.
Right.
But you get along with that gay person that you know, but when it's in somebody else's family,
you look at them different.
It becomes either a joke or something degrading.
So the thing is for people is to get educated and learn your facts before you start talking crap.
Yeah.
Oh, but listen to this. So, but again, for parents, just communicate with your children and love them, because that's the greatest gift.
The phone lines are wide open, and want to thank everyone for tuning in through Facebook and YouTube, and also our radio stream over at eventradio.net. If you want to chime in and you have a comment, just hit the phone number. Just all.
Right. And my other fact what I want to talk about, trending headlines I want to talk about, is a young lady named Dagmar Turner.
Dagmar?
Yes, age 53. She went under the knife at King's College Hospital in London to have a tumor removed from her brain on January 31st. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the tumor was nestled in the right frontal lobe of her brain, close to the area that controls your language and your movement skills, like in your left hand. Guess what they allow her to do during her surgery?
What?
Play the violin.
She was fully I've heard about this kind of surgery.
She was playing the violin, and the reason that the doctors allowed her to play the violin so that she would not lose like the movements in her hands and everything, and like wouldn't lose her everything that she worked her 40 years of violin playing. So while she was in surgery, you can see her on the table, and she's not woke, so she's sedated, but she was still able to.
I've kind of seen this where they lift the skull, and the person is actually awake, but that part of the brain is still sedated.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes.
That's but that we are making great progress at some things. I'm just wondering when they're gonna get a cure, or at least let us know they have a cure for cancer, so we can quit losing so many people. But it's it's so hospitals make so much money from cancer.
But I guess for me, it's like everyone that gets sick, or everyone that's been passing over the past I'll say forever, but more recently within the last 10 years has some form of cancer. So it has to be the things that we're eating, the environment, the things that is it the cell phones?
Well, but cancer was here before it was a cell phone.
True. That is true. Something, but I think what is allowing it to fester faster nowadays than it did years ago.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's some forms of cancer that if they catch it early enough, they get rid of it. Yeah. My thing is, and it's just my belief. But I believe that they can do better. I think that they won't. It's a lot of money in cancer. That's
the same thing with people who's addicted to painkillers. They don't have to give them to them, but the doctors continue to give them to them over and over again. And then my next trending topic is rapper Pop Smoke. I have no idea who Pop Smoke is. Okay.
Pop Smoke is was a up-and-coming hip-hop artist.
Yep. It said Pop Smoke was best known for Welcome to the Party, the critically acclaimed lead single from his debut 2019 mixtape, Meet the Woo. And he had just released his second album called Meet the Woo 2. And later, within a couple weeks or a month or so, he was killed in a home invasion. So,
but you know what's amazing to me? Mainstream media never touched this kid.
Right.
But then soon as something terrible happens, then he's front page news.
Again, like that's negative. Because it's sad how they equip rappers to gun violence to death.
Yeah, but see, that's all just bullshit.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's the negative energy that's always put on us.
But it's always put on us, but you equate guns and violence to rappers, but you keep manufacturing guns.
Yeah.
And you won't pass any legislation that even will control the flow of guns.
Yeah.
But we can still keep selling guns, and we'll make it look like the black folks is the only ones with them.
Right, but they make them. They own the companies.
Not only do they make them, if you go in some of these folks' houses, you'll find out that they have arsenals.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Believe me, I know some people. What did you listen to? Oh, this is Glenn's cell phone going off, y'all. Okay, so I always try to keep a history fact, and this happens to be the Detroit race riot of 1943. Not sure if everybody is aware of that. The Detroit race riot of 1943 began June 20th when a black man and white man began fighting at Belle Isle Amusement Park, which it was called back then, Belle Isle Amusement Park. Before others joined in, the riot spilled out into the city. Some accounts stating cops helped dole out violence against the city's black residents alongside whites. It happened like on a Saturday evening. It said World War II was at its height, and many of the city's auto factories doubled as manufacturing plants for armed services. So a lot of black families migrated from the south to come to the north, and the white America was not having that. It says the southern white migrants brought their racist beliefs with them when they came from the south to the north, and felt that black families were infringing on opportunities meant for them. This created a natural divide, and it would widely open as time went on, and which we all know today it still exists. We hear it and we deal with the headlines every day. The riots raged for 3 days with an estimated $2 million in reported damages. There were federal troops sent in. 34 people lost their lives. 24 of those people were black and allegedly killed at the hands of the police. And reported 9 white people were also killed. And 24 years later, then that's when the Detroit Rebellion took place in the 1967 riots after that. And but yeah. So again, there was racism then, and they were doing bad things or mean things to blacks, and of course we know it still exists. We have come a long way with diversity and people being more accepting and trying to be a little bit understanding of different races that are here. But again, black, the minorities, as they consider us, black minorities, are highly looked at different. No matter how you see it, it is, but we've come a long way. And then also there was a thieves ransacked home owned by a Detroit nonprofit organization that helped children whose parents are in prison. And that is the Pure Heart Foundation. Someone broke in their house and just ransacked everything. They stole the stove, the refrigerator, the furnace, the hot water tank. And the founder of that foundation, her name is Sherelle Hogan. And if you would like to make a donate, they do have a GoFundMe account for the center. It was set to open up in April, but since someone broke in and took a lot of things from the home, she'll have to rebuild. And if you'd like to make a donation, you can do that. But I got something funny. Glenn, have you heard about Erykah Badu's new incense?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Now this
is it on sale yet?
Glenn is sold out in like 19 minutes.
Damn! Didn't nobody send me a bottle?
It's not. It's incense. It's not perfume.
Oh.
It's not perfume. So listen. Erykah Badu's, the name of her incense is Badusi. Badusi.
Yeah.
Badussy incense. It says sales out. This is just beyond me. Like,
why?
Who would think? Let me tell you how this scent was created. First of all, let me go back.
Me.
Okay, so Gwyneth Paltrow also sold a candle, and the name of her candle was "This Smells Like My Vagina."
Okay.
She was selling this candle for $75 a pop, and it quickly sold out. Okay, Badu's incense sold out in a mere 19 minutes after launching her new website. Badu claims her incense were created from ashes of her own burned underwear, along with pure resin, handmade, sun-dried, and also created with essential oils and herbs. So you can get you can pre-order 25 sticks of the Badusi for $50.
Wow. You gonna buy me a couple sticks?
Glenn, no. Because I wouldn't even think about buying a stick.
Why?
Why would I want incense that was made out of her old underwear that was burned? That sounds like some voodoo type of stuff.
Is that what it sounds like?
To me it does. I mean, like, which underwear did she burn? As women, we have multiple sets.
Why do y'all have multiple sets?
You have your everyday.
Every day?
Your everyday, panties.
That mean you don't change them?
You change them. They may not be the ones that you wear under your little black dress.
Oh.
And then you have your psycho panties. So which ones did she burn? Was it the sexy ones?
Maybe that's for you to find out. I don't
even want to find out. I'm not buying it. If people want to buy it, then hey, ching ching to her pockets. But Nita won't be spending $50 on the Badusi incense. Not doing it.
I just think it's good, clever marketing.
I think it's brilliant. And they might not smell bad, but just the point of her saying she burnt her old underwear to get the smell, that's just gross. Cause not to judge, but she kind of looked like she might just smell like a whole lot of body oil anyway. So she just put on stuff. So I don't know, but for people who got it, I would love to hear some reviews on it. But again, call and talk about our topic, 248-429-7224, if you want to chime in on so much negativity. Glenn, I am looking at Sammy Sosa's picture, and I did not realize that he had bleached his skin to this magnitude. This is ridiculous.
Yes. But look now, but who's talking about that?
Nobody.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
We have to assume, with this man being the age that he is, that he's wanted to be a white man for quite a long time.
Correct. And a lot of times, think about why would you want to change your skin color? Why would you want to change your skin tone? I've never thought about that. I mean, I think it's always something you're going to think that you can change about yourself, or that you may be insecure about some things, your nose, your ears, your eyes, things that people or children may tease you about. But as you get to become an adult, you learn to embrace those things that are different than others. But my skin color, I'm not about to bleach my skin.
PA Kev says, what about people dying off drugs? That's a terrible thing in our community.
But think about it. Now it's what they consider the opioid crisis. When years ago, like I said, I think we talked about this last show, it was crackheads. That wasn't on TV. They weren't talking about crackheads on TV.
Absolutely, because it wasn't a problem that was affecting their community.
Correct. So
opioids are affecting
everybody.
All communities.
And it doesn't matter.
I like to say, while I got it on my mind, to rest in peace to my cousin Tay, who passed away a couple days ago. And I'm going to say this so that other people can learn from it. Mm-hmm. My cousin died from mixing fentanyl. Okay? And young people, you need to understand that this stuff will kill you, whether you're using it or mixing it or being around it, touching it. This stuff is a killer. And, I don't feel like I'm putting my cousin's business in the streets because he no longer has any business.
Right.
But I want to say I send my deepest condolences to the rough inside of my family, and let's let his life be a testament to the things that we gotta relook at and change the way that we're doing things.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, nowadays with children, and it's so much they see, touch, and feel, opposed to when I was younger. It's communication. You have to be a parent that stops, listen, and try to understand.
Yeah.
We get so caught up in going to work or hanging out or doing things, living our best life, as everyone say, and you forget about your children. Like, you have to pay attention. You think once they get to become teenagers, oh, he ain't thinking about me, he playing this game and he doing this, or she ain't thinking about me, she on TikTok. No.
But here's the thing, who's the one paying for the games?
Oh, the parents.
Okay, so you can't have it both ways. But if you're gonna raise your children, raise your damn children.
But most people don't think that. Say, for instance, like you have children. Mm-hmm. Okay, you have a younger daughter. Mm-hmm. You raised your children probably in a lot of ways the same but different, and the same meaning with certain levels of respect, morals, and how you parent as a parent.
Well,
being aware of what they doing, where they going. That's what parenting is.
That's true, but do you know how I got to that place? From not being parented properly.
Okay.
And knowing the things that was not done for me. Right. And I took that and I changed that narrative. All of the things that I felt should have been done for me, mm-hmm. that wasn't, I tried to do it as a parent.
Right.
And I'm not saying that to say that there's no perfect parents. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. However, if you plant seeds in a garden and you water them, you're going to reap the fruit of that.
That's true.
It's the same thing with anything else in this life.
But nowadays, it's video games. My son be on the game all day. My daughter be on the game. You control that. That's your household. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what's available to them.
Absolutely.
I control my household. With my son, he play the game. He build with his Legos. There's a lot of different things that he do. But me as a parent, I control how long you're going to play that game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the kids shouldn't have the games.
Right.
I'm saying that
control it.
Even when you buy your kid their first car, You know, some parents get their kid at 16. They hit them up. If they're doing well, they'll hit them off with a car.
Right.
Okay, but just because you hit them off with a car does not mean that they can hang out all night in the car and that they can jump up and leave the state if they feel like it.
Right.
There's still rules that have to be abided by for you to have this car.
Yeah, my mother I remember I had my new car when I was 18. My mother took my keys in my car for the whole weekend and said, you can't go nowhere. Anywhere you want to go, you walk. Because I stayed out past my curfew, even though I had a valid reason. And she said, I'm not saying you're lying, but handing me the keys.
You know you were somewhere in some boy's basement.
Nah.
You wasn't? Where was you?
I was at the movies. And it was a long movie.
How long was the movie?
I don't know. I got home after 1.
Was your curfew was 12?
I don't remember what time my curfew was. It could have been.
See, that's why you got your damn car took.
It could have been.
You still can't even remember what your curfew was.
I don't remember. All I know, we went to the movies, and it was a long movie. And when I got home, it was late. My mother like, why you just not get home? I'm like, she took my keys.
You was letting that boy kiss on you, wasn't you? No. Well, why was you late then?
Because we were at the movies and it was a late movie. We went to like the late show. You try to act like
you so innocent, Nita.
I don't try to act like I'm so innocent. I am innocent.
Yeah. Right.
You're always innocent until proven guilty.
Well, that's not.
Isn't that right?
Now you're true. Now you're right.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit, and that glove did not fit my hand.
Wow. Well, let's get off into a little music.
Oh, but we're gonna listen to Bracia?
Yeah, we're gonna do Bracia Taylor.
So we're gonna listen to, this is Bracia Taylor and her new single titled Daydream.
I'm hearing a little static. We gonna do that again, cause I can't have this doing this.
No, you can't have it doing that. Bracia don't even seem like she old enough to be singing this song.
Bracia is an adult.
Did she write it?
Yes, she did.
Wow, so she write and sing.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Amongst other things.
And she's a sweetheart.
Yes,
she's a sweetheart.
Sweet young lady. Yeah. But I'm resetting the system, and then we're going to get back off into it. So let's continue on.
All right. So, yeah, we talked about, so you do as a parent, regardless of the things that are available, the devices that are available to us and to our children, as a parent, you still have to control and maintain and take care of your household under your rules, your terms. Nobody can tell you how to run your household, but if you want your child to be productive in certain areas and, just an all-around good person, you have to be present, even when you don't want to be present. Listen, be present, understand, run your household. Because other than that, we deal with the senseless violence that we have going on every day.
Yeah, and the thing of it is that when you say to people, people will call you up and ask you for advice about different situations concerning, children and their behavior. Mm-hmm. And then when you try to give them the advice, they don't take it anyway, because they turn right around and, like I could tell somebody, well, put your son on a system where he has to earn his privileges.
Yeah, I told my son the other day I was gonna put screen time on his phone, and he bust out laughing at me, and I said, "Who to pay the bill?"
But it's we have to do a better job with these kids and stop trying to raise our kids the way we see other folks raising their kids.
Right, because every child needs to be parented different.
Yeah,
that's just a known fact.
Okay, let's try this again.
Get back into it. Okay.
Yeah, this is Bracia, y'all. Daydream. And you can pick this up right now on all digital platforms.
diamond tastes so sweet. I have you sporting over me. Take a look. Daydream. I can make you daydream. Daydream. I can make you daydream. Take a look, baby. Can't you see, baby? Pay attention, baby. Daydream. I can make you daydream. You say you're king, can you back that up? I know I'm a queen and I can back that up. Get you something special like this. Baby, what I got you gon' miss. Kiss me, hold me closely. I'll never leave you lonely. What I am, you crave. And that's how I got you in a day. Daydream. I can make you daydream. Daydream. I can make you daydream. Take a look, baby. Can't you see, baby? Pay attention, baby. Daydream. I can make you daydream. Daydreaming, thinking about you too. Can't no nigga do me like you do. Watch you make it move just for you. You can make a move on me too. Yeah, we young, but we grown now. Send a text to my phone now. Got you all in your zone now. Exes calling your phone now. But you too focused, you too open like 24 hours. Make you remember me, you gon' remember me. My love will drip like a shower. I can tell by your consistency. Yeah, boy, I know that you're feeling me. Mentally gone off your energy. Can't leave you alone while you get to me. I make you daydream. I can make you daydream. Daydream. I can make you daydream. Baby. Take a look, can't you see, baby? Pay attention, baby. Daydream. I can make you.
You're listening to vetradio.net.
Today and tomorrow, the best of soul. R&B. Jazz. And hip-hop. It's Beat Radio.
This is your girl Stargazer down at Discount Candles and Blessings located in Eastern Market. We have our new location. It's amazing. We know so many people have been looking for us, but we want you to come on down here. We're one of the sponsors of Keeping It Real with Big 50 Show. So of course, if you come down and you mention 50, you'll receive 15% off all of our fine products. We actually sell crystals, oils, candles, orishas, saint sage, blue sage. We also sell house blessing kits. So come down to 1484 Gratiot. Our phone number is 313-566-0092. Blessings.
I am back. Did y'all enjoy that song? I love that song. Daydream by Bracia. I enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Streaming everywhere. You can go to wherever you have a streaming account or wherever you get your music from, and support Braysha.
And that's BRAYSHA.
BRA''SHA.
Oh, new way to put
Braysha.
Braysha. BRA'SHA. You know, while we were on our break, I found another something else I want to discuss about, just of course being just negative. This is all the negative news that comes across our timeline. The topic says, it's not the topic, but the article says, clearly racist. New York fashion school apologizes for offensive runway outfit. And I wish Glenn could pull this outfit up.
You want to, what we'll do is we'll get a tight shot.
Okay.
Level.
Right here? This way?
Tilt it so we can see it's kind of on your page.
Okay. So this is a picture that one of the designers put the model in on the runway. And in reading the article, the model wasn't very comfortable in doing this outfit or wearing this costume, because this is not an outfit, and they were told it's only 45 seconds. So I'm going to read verbatim, and then I'll advise you who this designer was. So the article, it says a model walks the runway wearing Junkai Huang during the Fashion Institute of Technology's Fine Art of Fashion and Technology show, February 7th at New York Fashion Week. Let me see. Part of the outfit includes oversized lips, like the black face lips, and ear accessories, which are like big, monkey ears, because you know monkeys have large ears, along with the thick eyebrows, and it's like I'm not gonna call it a modern day blackface, but it's kind of, it puts you in the mind of a blackface without the white paint that they usually use with it. It was a black model that refused to wear. Her name is Amy Lafleur. She refused to wear them, telling the New York Post that the items were clearly racist. She added that when she opened up, so this was the black girl, when she opened up about the concerns, she was told by the organizers it was fine to feel uncomfortable for 45 seconds. Like, why would you think that was okay? And then 2 days later, you apologize. The president of that company advised unfortunate and disturbing reaction, saying it was unfortunate. Like, unfortunate? Why did you even do it? You know, some things things don't always have to be said to be considered offensive. And I feel like that was offensive with the exaggerated lips, eyes, and the eyebrows. And it said, currently it does not appear that the original intent of the design, the use of accessories, or the creative direction of the show was to make a statement about race. However, it is now glaringly obvious that has become the outcome. So again, people should always think about things before they do it, because you never know how a person or a community or just people in general will perceive it based on you thinking nothing's wrong with it. And sometimes when you, as a person, you have to know that you always have that second voice or that thought that come to your mind and go, that you might not do something. So I would assume, to me, I think that the designer had some type of idea, but didn't think nobody would catch on. I just think it was horrible, a horrible choice. But they apologized and said, I take full responsibility and am committed to learning from this situation and taking steps to do better. Again, I apologize. So that was from Jonathan Farmer. Not Jonathan Farmer, but I would assume the designer or either the president. It didn't have a name by it. So that was really, that picture was disturbing. I don't even want to look at it no more. So I'm just going to clearly delete it from my timeline. I did. I don't even like looking at it. It was horrible. Yeah. But in the, like I said, in this so much negativity that we hear, that we see, and that we deal with every day, as a person, how do you keep a positive mind, body, and soul? And I can just advise you what I do. For me, I always try to listen to something that I can learn from daily that's not negative. You have to be careful what you allow to be, as Dr. Miles Monroe would say, allow to be your medium, meaning your media. Like, what are you looking at? What are you reading? What are you listening to that's getting into your mind to, show you all of this negative or give you these negative emotions or depressing or dreadful, sad feelings. I get it. It's society, we see it, but a lot of times you do have to turn certain things off. So you provide yourself with more reading. Like I have begun to read more. I'm working on meditating, but I like to talk, and I'm a busybody, so I might meditate for 5 minutes and then it's over. However, you have to start somewhere. So I would say reading more positive information, thinking more positive thoughts, providing inspiration and motivation to others. That is something that makes me happy because I make someone else happy. So always giving back and giving out what you want back. You give out positivity, most of the time you get positivity back, and that it can come from a lot of different things. Conversation, an article that you might not have been looking for that could have possibly popped up on your timeline. Everybody go live on social media nowadays, and you could have learned something positive from someone's live video. So you just try to follow and try to keep yourself connected with positivity. It's not always going to happen every single day, but if it's 7 days in a week, and if you can surround yourself with a positive message, thoughts, and positive people, at least 5, then you're doing good. Because every day is not going to be a great day. So that's how I deal with it, is I read more. Read more positive stuff, look for positive thoughts, think of things. And of course, you have children, they're always inspiration. My son is always an inspiration for me to be positive. The kids laugh at him at school sometimes because he is like a upbeat person. And I told him, I said, that's because you come from a happy home. I said, you don't live in a home where, it's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. I said, so you really don't have a reason to be sad or to act out in certain ways based on what you see, with your parents and, the surrounding people around you. And also, I learned how not to make other people my problems a lot of time. We carry everybody else's weight. Friends, family, or whatever, sometimes if you can help them. If not, do what you can, but you can't just always feel down and not be positive,
That's true.
Because what's the Erykah Badu? I don't know, she the topic twice, but that song Bag Lady, I talked about it again. It's come from carrying other people's weight.
Baggage.
They baggage. I thought she was talking about some designer bags or something. That was before I got grown and had real grown people issues.
Oh my goodness.
my grown people stuff. So
wow.
Again, just try to stay positive and all this negativity, because it is a lot going around, especially in our surrounding cities, in our Metro Detroit area. It's not just Detroit, it's everywhere. The people are killing and just all kind of stuff, kidnapping and hurting babies. So again, whoever you believe in and whatever you believe in, just have some quiet time, think positive thoughts, and give out positive energy. And that's what I'm going to end with for today.
Wow.
Yep, that's it.
That was compelling.
Yep. And again, you can always find me for the radio station. I am fashion_Flair_lifestyle, and that is on Instagram. Facebook, of course, I'm under my personal name, Osnita Norman. And Pure Essence Resale Boutique is my website. And also for my resale boutique, I am making some updates and changes, one to my website, and just I'm not gonna say do a business makeover, but just a branding makeover. So I'll have some new items and some new things coming for the spring. I kind of have to go through a down season, and it's okay, because sometimes you do have to stop, drop, and roll, and then pick it back up. So again, be looking for some stuff for my resale boutique, and other than that, I'm all set for today.
Okay.
All right. Have a wonderful
Another
day.
great show.
And thanks again for tuning in to Fashion, Flair, and Lifestyle. And next week, we'll have a special co-host, LaToya, will be joining us on next week. So, see y'all later. Bye.
Wait. This one for the trap queens, do it like 50. Oh yeah. Drop it low and give me 50. Oh yeah. Bad bitches shaking titties. Oh yeah. Got to work for the city. Oh yeah. Do it like I'm 50.
Do it like Big 50. Do it like Big 50.
I'ma do it for the city.
Don't do it for the city. Don't do it for the city, little nigga. Young hoes steady crying over bill money. Come on, fucking 50, get some real money. In the VIP going crazy. Finna set the bitch off like the 80s. American gangster with some real pros. See them ass, see them titties, I done did those. I got niggas, I got bitches, and they show me love. I ain't got a middle man, cause I'm a thug. #1 trap queen, you can do your research. 40 whole 50, I can't even put it in my purse. Baby, I'm a pimp, fuck a limb. What you saying, I can get you any kind of bad bitch, what you think?
For the trap queens, do it like 50. Oh yeah.